My name is Kia Torkin. I'm Jewish, and I was born a Jew. Both my parents and grandparents are Jewish.
All right. My name is Tim Hans. I am a Roman Catholic Christian, and I was born into it. Both my parents are Catholics. I don't really go to church every day. I believe that the world is your church, that you should be able to pray wherever you are, no matter what. And, you don't necessarily need to go to church unless there's a certain holiday in the Christian religion.
What it means to me to be Jewish is basically to respect everyone and to obey the Jewish laws and holidays. I think people can learn that through these holidays how much Jews have suffered in the past and what they had to go through. So these holidays are somewhat meant to make you feel how they felt back in the old days.
Well, there's a lot of Christian groups that preach on campus. They try to make you join their church, invite you to their Bible studies, and I really feel like they try to include everyone just so that people can be knowledgeable of all faiths. I really feel like the religious community at University of Colorado Boulder is very diverse and welcoming to all faiths, just to educate people on different people's beliefs and also to possibly try to convert them.
So we are Crew. We're one of the religious groups on campus, and we really believe that, for anyone, for human beings, that a huge part of the college experience, so obviously we have academically, socially, we just believe that the spiritual element is really important as well. So we really want to be a resource for students to help students grow spiritually while they're here, pursuing their academics and obviously all the social aspects of what we want to help them in the spiritual component.
Like the Jewish population isn't very high in Boulder. Do you think that you interact with them? Do you have a lot of common goals as them? Do you have a lot of same views as them possibly? And what you're trying to do on campus and improve it?
Yeah, I think in some ways, I think when it comes down to some of our our mission and our vision, what we'd like to see happen, even kind of going back to the idea of shalom, kind of a wholeness and a flourishing of people. Yeah, I think we totally connect with for your example, the Jewish group.
I really feel like the religious community at University of Colorado Boulder is very diverse and welcoming to all faiths.
Yeah, well, one things that the Bible talks about is just that God is doing something to bring kind of a wholeness and a flourishing to the world. And it's this idea, especially in the Old Testament, that there's a Hebrew word shalom, but it means this, it's like a flourishing and a wholeness. And so a big part of God's heart is he wants people and people groups in the world just to thrive and to do well. And so we want to be a part of that. The reality is, I think culturally, and I mean, this was my view, before I started following Jesus, was just that the Christians can be hypocrites, or I think there's a ton of baggage that even comes with the word Christianity.
I feel like you can learn a lot just from studying other religions and just taking different parts from each and every religion. That's what I try to do. People can really learn a lot by just learning the beliefs of Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, even Buddhism, Taoism.
Yeah, we're actually a part of, there's an overarching kind of umbrella of religious groups on campus called the Religious Campus Organizations, or RCO. So we're a part of that. And so that's not just Christian clubs, Jewish clubs, Muslim clubs, Buddhist clubs. And so we're a part of that. And that's awesome that we get to rub shoulders, and we meet once a semester to talk about kind of what's going on and stuff. So that's kind of some official things that we do.
I think every religion can learn from each other, honestly. But I definitely feel like religions can learn from Jews as well. Like I said before, they're all very respectable, kind people.
We haven't done anything specifically with any of the Jewish groups, but I think that I would venture to say that kind of on a heart level, what our desire is very similar. And we have connected with other, obviously Christian groups more, because that is our group. We tend to rub shoulders more with some of those leaders, and so we have partnered more directly with some of them. But we're trying to do more with some of these other groups that maybe those natural bridges aren't there. But hey, we want to build these bridges because we do care about similar things, and I think some of our desires are
Mm.
probably more closely aligned than maybe people on the outside would think.